a huge statement over Europe, and I'm sure sir Obia or follow Arsenal for some time after Arsene Wenger call, or what dream say at some point in time they would have a coach or bet me about fix it club no baby and they've been waiting for this moment. Now any moment in the Ukraine, imagine them say they are right on course. Everything they've been putting on the table this season, they are really much on course. But my starting comment say Inter Milan lose Champions League games. Consecutively for the first time in their history. Now my judge say Inter Milan they na acquire repetitive levels. Now acquire recycled sources. We oma fabimo pain and masabe draw. At the time now Jose Ebabeje. Are we back to Mikel Arteta and Arsenal story no? Jose before no more de Inter Milan no. Na Roberto Mancini na afa squad no. Adi aye adwuma for some time. Na Inter for na dwen yo mo say Roberto Mancini hit on no ne peak, but any squad ne peak. Looking at the materials they had at that time, they said say Mancini drew quarter final and a twina sign, or drew semi final and a twina sign. A year Kwame said you bet to me a yarn or but squad way there. We can still have another coach. Or bet me the best out of this squad. And that Yakophobia in Fanimra, a serial winner, a proven one. And not a man or Mokofar Josie Edina Bay, you know. So my point is, yo, Inter or Mabepim, but they are so much fortunate, so many Christian Kivu or by best start to be before because looking at Ajuma Mo, you know, look, squad we know, they are not a very bad squad. But they are also not a very top squad. I'm on your bad squad. You can't tell me say Lautaro mo need to ramo. No, yes, but they're not the top there. Okay, say your boy, your mama next one in Wilma, and you will be born the next one. Like I was telling you and Ramike Carrick, you might to gas to Manchester United. So it's a sort of boss here. Try to but a delay was a boss here. Also, my catcher say. It's a secretary boss here, the Mobi, but in the panel, but not to me, my yes, sorry to say that dirty job. No, we a Jumana in Tamland in a sea. I want to be matching for the midfield, whatever shape on Bobia has always been three back, three in the middle, two wing backs, no, you're two top. The two striker system now you're Juma for Inter Milan for a long time. Or starting Milito near to time, no Barca. They have always been going for two Lukaku, Lautaro at some point, and Obenya Lautaro, and then Macosturam. It has been this Jacko at some point with Timbeshimo. Free the middle on Marketarian in the horse say, shall not glusunio. It told me the Zielinski Peter and Abesho, and only Peter sausage. So Swababe can't in Fifi, no Naka Nicolo Abarella. It's good. But imagine you must say a repetitive levels. Level when you hunu they peaked at the time when Man City boss are final. That was the peaking point of Inter Milan. Yeah, Messi. But on the score of the Arsenal team, after game, Inter Milan or legend back home or Kasi, Beppe Begomi. After Inter's loss, Arsenal is currently the strongest team in Europe. They have no weak points. Where you be a winning game, no so I'll share game no be better than no who say no. Yeah, the home was San Siro. But I didn't cross the year, you know. Looking across the field, no many weakness will be. But shall they be what I say? Okay, can't quite say or start now the man I draw to turn. From Christian Kivu, the coach. We tried, but Arsenal is stronger. This is reaffirmation of what Begomi was saying. They were stronger tonight in terms of intensity, technique, pace. Natural pace, I say. Possession of the pitch and the way they attacked the lines. They came in a very strong and in their duels and tackles. Look, when a coach speaks this way, a full admiration when the opponent.
Yes.
Pace is speed plus acceleration. Ukomrikano. Ehia ube miemu a o sa wa hode ade be miemu patchwati ase
yes
rika na o start ya o kro no ahode na o start ya o you are in full flow ehia ube increase mirika no which is called reacceleration And then now Kabum was speed and acceleration, a kind of pace. Christian Kivu is talking about this Arsenal team now. Look, this season, Mikel Arteta has dealt in a way we follow football. No matter say this guy this season, trophy, big trophy, you know. Only say we share buying 3-1 no. Last November we share buying 3-1. 3-1 we no share interno. And you may be say buying the no. And once a line up on a drop Declan Rice.
Run to me.
Obi akofa buy anyway line up on me too. 2 changes pen away. And also say 2 rules. Buying the game 3-1 anyway 3-1 no. Eze ball game ni bi. And on 4-1 free. 4-1 free. She said 2 no. Now the one edge anymore. No about free across the length of the attack. Now we say Bakono about Mikel Merino as a false 9 in between Saka and Trossard against Bayern last November. And on the Declan Rice, Ebeka Zubimendi making it 2-1. So 4-1. Now free now Merino, Saka and then Trossard and Radi and Osasano or Benchi Declan Rice and on the Merino free false 9 or bad Dichi. Ebeka Zubimendi and on the Eze Sajina baby Ujina. We a free top, no the Jesus, but share Merino because we Merino free top. So the same system, by reversal of roles, Company and then Christian Kivu, Mikel Arteta. Hey. The whole season, Champions League, no one coach any team lose game. We considered 2 goals per. Artistically, there have been teams in the Champions League this season are defining them with defensive stability. In Milan on the boy in the can you who almost say defense day almost through. And let's go back to check those teams. I'm consider 7. Real Madrid 9 goals. I'm consider Man City 10. PSG 10. PSG actually 20 goals. And the Arsenal attack and he pay. But defensively, Arsenal consider 2 goals per this season. Now when we talk about balance is fluidity. Balance is flexibility. Oh yo, then to between your lineup wa. This game, you know, Bibiana the best, you know. You can see say final third passes, Bukayo Saka 26. Martin Zubimendi, most passes 67. Most chances created as a right back, Julian Timber, from right back position. And yo, we are talking about a team at a goal. She the bench, you know, or benchy Declan Rice. Or benchy Ben White, our starter here, or need Timber now. Yamin Shamiki. I don't know what Morocco, sir. Arguably, or benching the best midfielder, like Mickey saying. Shana almost free bench by no Timber Noah on the Ben White and a swap in no start against Chelsea. That is depth. That is balance. That is fluidity. Obi obebo biano or bona said ba kono boy no free mono or bosh up pepe. Martinelli ko check games the watching. Martinelli started be Forest the Martinelli move bobo be Chelsea no. So Mikel Arteta at this point. Oka so bona baso ade beche. The Akano a EPL title in the Champions League. Madwini mu kire me say he's so close. Juma bi obi bia he's been better than any coach ever since Arsene Wenger by Ekoye. He's been better than Unai Emery. He's been better than Mikel Arteta has worked. But in football, the full stop of the conversation is success. Now, maybe you wouldn't know success and you're showing in this war into, of course, a Champions League and an EPL was him. Far below, me catch now what I say. So radical. Had you the eye Monaco for no?
And okay about or bench or no, said now with general D and me who sense and training back on so becano weekend nature when he said I feel most were vocal because I'm game of La Liga game no almost after Beluan pen my instructions a casa I'm so then the all kind of very true.
Yo, me share no Monaco born. Let me say yes, do this. When you say no, it puts fear in the next opponent. Yes. Whoever the next opponent is. And then no man say he got the best out of the little basics. Little basics and they say Osha method composition about Chouameni, Adragula and a Jude. There's a lot of freedom. Chouameni is really sitting. Gula and a flow too. Then it means Jude, Ebenya Kwai, Ako boxing as Aberechi. Then in the final third, what more organized since Selma Antonio Vinicius and running being more diagonal. Now Ujai Mbappe and another top. I have one goal partner or her. Me Ramuna no na me who say say come the Mashadrak. O share Mbappe go no the tournament and a goal map no. It started right from deep middle part of the pitch and far ball no build up no different numbers and I'm the ball no kokotumo. I love to see this from Abelua. Look, Europe no your clubs be ho Champions League won't menje but mushi akoma on the stable. Monaco ka ho. Borussia Dortmund ka ho. Well, who said the me on blue last four no but wow I was share wa here na say kwa Benfica for no mo asa be share bracket no yaw uno mo bowi wa ho de we say na no mo de abo no but obedu the last four no you not see these clubs so Lyon e been Lyon the year Real Madrid now so when you have Monaco this way torment them look shani mo wade me fe pa ne say yaw she rating no color na so green but bia me can Real Madrid
Vini nkwana nya blue
and blue near the higher grade of the green so a total dominance for Real Madrid versus now who say no a be who the same performance against PSG, Liverpool, Bayern, maybe Barca them but to start with we Monaco say no yeah a bigger statement like you said a full house so mama menu am so
right me da se new ye beba so biem meza ma memre
yaw ma menchia yetifo ni ahwefo nyina na the Champions League has its own historical part
to me 101.3 nyamensa wo
na important say these things you know say ensina mo be ususu yemu no wa adwem na betimi asi china manatimi abemu di amaw eno ahaya na metena say the last time Arsenal call the Estadio di San Siro eco winning game no mu winning by 2-goal margin which was 2-0 against AC Milan team. Emiri Mfisu said the season before Arsenal be call in 2007-2008 not 2006-2007 not AC Milan about the final of the UEFA Champions League. Now quick forward and they yaba benya Arsenal so akwa share Inter Milan by 2-goal difference. Emiri Mfisu say before this season yeah mu no so no na yaw Inter Milan caught the Champions League final last season and a debem. But Arsenal for one paibo ma menka sa asemwe na memfansi. Arsenal for one paibo pa was omo pa omo mpaye pa say the quarter final of this year's Champions League omo share an English team. Omo share an English team e be den so be qualify.
O say
Arsenal me say omo mpaye pa say the quarter final of this year's Champions League yaw omunshia an English team
anencia
Arsenal call Estadio di San Siro akwakonya 2 great wins. The first one is 2003-2004 season ana mo call GCP Mieza Stadium na yaw ye ball game ni we na Arsenal share Inter Milan by 5-1. The funny aspect of it is that Inter Milan team no more with a 3-back system. Cannavaro, Javier Zanetti, Christian Vieri in that particular team. Obafemi Martins were part of that particular team. Arsenal was shown by 5-1 by. That season, Arsenal were able to go through the round of 16 of the Champions League in the quarter final. Yaw, omushia Chelsea. Chelsea ne Arsenal film. Fast forward 2007-2008. Omu the same stadium Koshe AC Milan by 2-0. In the quarter final of the Champions League, omushia Liverpool ne omu film.
Okay.
So on 2 occasions, Arsenal led to coin. Ako winning games in the Champions League against the 2 Milan clubs.
The said stadium.
The quarter final of the Champions League, no. Almost share English teams 2 consecutive times. Ni no mufrim. Ni no mufrim. Bako Chelsea. Bako Liverpool. Ana fiwe. Omasako the same stadium akoye day.
Not to me.
This year format of the Champions League, there's a likely we so bit me share your own country from the same round of 16. But I didn't in a quarter final on common. And your round of 16. there is a pressure on Arsenal to move to a different level after what they did last season. Yaw. Ontimi enko Estadio di San Siro nkɔhyɛ. Onkɔ Santiago Bernabeu nkɔhyɛ. Entena fie hyɛ Bayern Munich. Na wonka expectations any so. So wo so otimi di baby. The difference between this Arsenal team going unbeaten in the group stage of the Champions League and the Liverpool team no. Omo hye bebrebe wo Champions League ni gina nioma mienu so. One, the quality of squad depth ekuta Arsenal.
Yes.
Number two, the opposition Arsenal here.
Okay.
Arsenal teams no mabo this year or Champions League. Wo ba me ne ko Emirates o. Anu akọ San Siro akobo Inter. Certain teams be attached to this team wa me amete me wogidie say Arsenal ball ma e beka say normal results. Liverpool be share Paris Saint-Germain na omo shede nya test e bura adwene ntiase so. What did they mention us? They had won games. I'm not saying they are not, but no me sure so much share test be a it is a Paris Saint-Germain test no. But at this stage of the Champions League, so share Bayern Munich we share test. Because Champions League yeah boy, there are few teams that are better than Bayern Munich in this competition.
Na Arsenal cross and attack is more out.
Or more out. And almost share Bayern Munich almost say 3-1. Bayern Munich crown is akoto trade they can. And one Inter Milan team about Champions League final. On top players ni bebre na wasako fabi kura sa abe den. Abe kan. Otini fie Arsenal call akohwe no. Wan hye no 1. Wan hye no 2. Wan hye no 3-1. Yaw. Me medi ka say Arsenal should do everything in their possible best to first of all win the EFL Cup. Dia kan nyina be fulaba.
Fancy, good morning. Arsenal team will be properly measured when we reach the knockout stage because Liverpool were in the same form last season. Immediately the tournament reached the knockout stage, then they started flopping.
And I'm a man with 2 reasons. And you're the same Arsenal and say Liverpool no.
Yeah.
There be Mike said Arsenal decided to or bench Martin Odegaard is beba me boa.
Another Martinelli crown so beba.
Liverpool team no money squad depth, quality squad depth.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is a Van Dijk and Kunata na Trent who train bebre kan no more struggle say they will get somebody to come into the position. But Arsenal team no mo to sreni abasa na. Hwe no de Gabriel Jesus be.
Arsenal quality ko cry this season.
Almost thank you nipa kro de ba me dana se pa.
Boa Saviola.
Yes, Saviola na Mishraw.
No, Cosmos Opoku
Cosmos. Okay.
I say Arsenal played Atletico Madrid this season as well.
Nice one.
And I Boa Saviola the NSA. If Arsenal meet Madrid in the final, Madrid will win.
Oh, we Drew Madrid sabi, Drew okra, Drew final. Arsenal said we.
Oh no, Declan Rice born free kick me.
I was question wo. Home and away.
Yeah, true.
Last season we home and away. On say season the best say na make say Arsenal will be measured in the Champions League according to how this season on better as a semi-final because Luis Enrique chire ya dey. So the season before Arsenal already the Champions League, about the semi-final the previous season. I know film the following season about the final in the realm. Arsenal team on the ball the last season, no beefy up squad no crampo chain. Last season they no the boy, Bukayo Saka ehun nya den na so opra na so free game dim na se bibi koto na. Madu ekeba be shem bi dia bobi dia mano. Now this is an Arsenal team omo lack options. Enra or the Esposito ba no. Esposito type of striking is totally different from Marcus Thuram and Lautaro Martinez. Esposito is a penalty box dominant center forward. On print who bebre say obe movie in and around the penalty box or a stagnant womb. Born or unity pa. Ano your old fashioned number 9 ni bi ultimate down so ni bi. It won't really the first thing he will do against you so be blue center backs. Should they make the way Mikel Arteta respond day? All ban no di Gabriel Magalhaes here day. Bye. That is it. That is the kind of team we are talking about. That is the kind of team we are talking about when it comes to Arsenal. The only thing Arsenal, a differentiating Arsenal from other teams here, the thin line psychologically. With the best tragic trophy, no. It's in America say they should do everything in their power to win the EFL Cup. Line ketu ebio. and that Arsenal and the rest of the teams in Intermo. See, a cross the sala, ya ben one, a cross the cacre, be the ageno.
Because Liverpool went me and
Arsenal, you're 1 moment away from dominating European football, which is winning a trophy.
Trophies in Ketwana Hadrin.
What's the mention Arsenal? Liverpool are the back where Teti omo pan kesiye because omo ball sa final ni we are some round of 16 of the Champions League. It no be aka say oh na Liverpool top group no. Arsenal just a year for cup ni say kukuro. Yaw, there will be a different monster going into the rest of the games.
Wow.
Me there, me see me issue na I said the thin line between Arsenal winning something. And it's because I saw a year for cup no want me anya. Then yaw, I no so I could trigger something different na how mokra mama she declare his facial expression after they drew against Nottingham Forest. That is the thin line I was Arsenal across it. Who come mouth lips now? Or more kind of say every minka F word in a time. You could see the frustration of they don't say every F time. I say you're getting closer to Adebia and be frustrated. But the moment Arsenal will win one, the whole mentality shift will happen. But sometimes it takes only one step. I think they have enough quality, and yesterday's results was a proof of point. But for Champions League history, I have said it, say they should pray, say Omunshi an English team in the quarterfinal. That is all. Now, on Real Madrid, and now one particular day, this is how you shut up supporters that they are demanding from you.
We know you are Jay.
With that 5-star performance. Real Madrid supporters, they say players no scar. It told you mo kwa komunyo mo buto musika no mo fancho mo say mo boaye pa. Yeah, o mama team na o mo put the team on his toes. This not about Belwa. We na Belwa, same say Belwa for
no one can say no.
I
say place no.
Yeah, Belwa na only that is be.
Yeah. Or say place
before the game. Supporters in this how we sell Real Madrid players, you know. And this is how you respond. And you're going to supporters and your money, about 1, 2, and that was a statement first half performance too. You started game na Kylian Mbappe washe. That was with Mbappe washe. Big boys in now came to the party and Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., Kylian Mbappe. Obeba, Oma. Because Real Madrid drew a crucial stage of this season now. Their supporters, once you start this season, Real Madrid supporters instead are not optimistic. The moment you book Kevin, you be remove January, February match. So Real Madrid form when pick at the right time, not players here committed to the course. Then there is trouble looming over your head. Newton Kasemi said this result sending a statement across my teams. No, when Real Madrid they bought Champions League in now, realization no, we need to stay on guard. Yo, Real Madrid team na year overnight. Menkasa asem no. And I mean, Real Madrid team na year was 5 into the Champions League derby.
But statement no here.
The statement way very important for Real Madrid. Because supporters no na ya won't mean ko lose to Barcelona was Supercopa de España. On my 17th place Albacete. Derby oh. Michelle na expect say yeah supporters na ya hunu top quality players. Yeah mesres hwe wani. It won't happen. That is how life is. The biggest test for man, we are seeing and humanity we are seeing is the ability to strive through adversity. Yow, a bro kunu mo den, a bro will show up when you wouldn't hide. These are the moment. And I think yesterday's results proved the point for Real Madrid against a Monaco team. Men choose a Monaco team na sound. Omon sayo. Omon nyade na bi omon your difference between nyade and obi awasa. What the wasa no dey no hwe the only idea no betima be improve. And I think for Monaco they could have come into the game and do something. And one of them can say they be able to score. Real Madrid would definitely concede against them. But I think the difference was the number of goals Real Madrid scored to stamp the authority on the game and say that no, this is our night. This is the Bernabeu. We need to prove a point. And they did. Quickly, they did it. Fantastic results. I'm happy for Vinicius Jr. Yeah. This is how you respond to critics. Yaw. Now no ha na meta me say enye su na okotena ata na onimu a wakata wanim na. Ene wo sere no. Ye de man of the match award ni hye wo nsem ne say wo sere. Mbappe dream cannot be Gina Wachino and Bowachi. OBS, everyone is happy. When you play for Real Madrid, when you coach Real Madrid, the ultimate task for you is resource.
Yeah, Henry say about Barcelona, about Madrid. It's not about what you did right.
No.
It's about what you did wrong. And the Bema supporters.
And the Madrid trophy, Debbie.
The why now queen and what's some now.
And what's some no Mobeka? It's a now ball, we a hat trick of assist. Eshe go no. They say, Udia Kwadawo. Supporters in Nasa Bejinawachi. Come to the pitch and give them the results that they want. That is who you are. Yeah, I've never seen a downgrade of any Ballon d'Or winner like this. They said the to Rodrigo. Eme ya pa.
Isi
Ana mekano. Eme ya pa. Eme ya. That season now Rodrigo you know. And even prior to that, the 2022-2023 season no. And Sakran Yebebo 23-24. Ama Spain abeji Euros no. Man, he was unplayable. Totally unplayable. Fast forward, he is becoming a weak link. Now, one here Manchester City in United game ni BB and you could see Senna Rodri break. Because first phase of City build up, ne Bernardo Silva. Second phase of Manchester City a build up, no, ne Bernardo Silva. Third phase, ne Bernardo Silva. In this game, the same thing. City, first phase, Bernardo Silva. Second phase, Bernardo Silva. Third phase, Bernardo Silva. The amount of Rodri not demonstrate any ability to outgrow himself as a DM, not only situated in front of the four defenders. So first phase, me na me fa born e diaba. Ye defenders na born e ba me na me je atwam no. To become a midfielder, our the creativity can e born ho. Esa di goals here dey. E kan. It in his quest to win the Ballon d'Or, Rodri was not your typical midfielder. Where Adi didn't even know the tackles and interception. Name in every phase of the pitch, you first phase, second phase, third phase. No, Rodri was effective and efficient in every single position. But AC or Namakutu Jena Basa Kakra. Until you san your mammy and son in Fambo. Nene Bakuno Krana was all yena, you didn't even say was all yeno. Which is intercepting, tackling, and screening the back four. And being very important in the first phase of build-up. No? Yehun Rodri, sir. The injury to me any pani binono. So one say injury and nya player be pada. I did the attempt ni traso kakra. Because the pain these players go through, you know, yes said you can you trying 9 on 1. Kimpembe 9. I don't know. Now so Kimpembe 9 year church.
I'm coming. I don't know name and I'm say breaking when I'm say name a post video be. When the friends no mo ben no. I know catch them so per say mo say dey bia or recovery like machines no use of you know per so mo fam kakra bi. Omo no mo pray o. Say scan ba omo dibi. Na machines na na ma use no ye di si ba kuko to dwan wo kam man ba ko de o dwane no mo yere ne say crash betena. Enya no nko an machines are be used no yaw na what you want them and same man additional pain.
Yaw, I feel sorry for Rodri.
So players omunya AC or there omo come back.
Anna was about the time anka Nico na kono ne be cover no. Nico no so abaye dey. Sanka Nico no wo ho a at least Nico will be covering up for Rodri kakra. But Nico no so be cover up no. By yaw Pep Guardiola